Hey, Rosebud. All right, we're going to get this party started. What's up with this? All right, let's do it. All right, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. I see 18 people watching. Oh, look at that. We got 20 people watching. Great. Awesome. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let me get this first. We got a little bit of stuff to discuss today. So, welcome in, Rosebud. Good to see you. Yeah. So, how's everybody doing today? So far, we only got one chatter, is what it looks like. That makes it very difficult. I might just have to get right into it. But, yeah. Oh, I could talk about the one thing that happened today. We actually have a lizard in the house. So, somehow a lizard got in the house, and we're trying to figure out how to get the lizard out. So, I think right now it's under the dishwasher. So, hopefully, is this working all right? All right, we got the, it looks like the microphones, everything's working. Get situated here. All right. Yeah, so we got a lizard in the house, and hopefully we can get it out humanely without having to, you know, axe it. All right, MD, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for the emojis. If you remember, you also get Roy emojis. Everybody likes those. What is up, John? Good to see you in the house. We're going to be discussing some stuff today. It's going to be pretty heavy, guys, so hope everybody wants to... Oh, look at that. We went down to 3 already. Well, that was quick. What, should I just leave? Is that what everybody wants me to do? Just leave? It was like 18 people, and that's only 3. Oh, well. Yeah, so we got the lizard. It's in underneath the dishwasher, and I don't imagine I'll ever see that lizard again, but probably just die under there. And then the rats will eat it. No. All right. No, don't leave, says Rosebud. Yeah. Well, I even played the music a little bit longer today because I haven't been on in a hot minute. So people aren't probably used to me live streaming, especially at this time. Because I have been going on the live stream. When I do the live streams, it's usually in the evening. But now I'm thinking I might do 2 live streams a day. So, and I might do one at 11 and one at like 5:30, something like that, 5:36, somewhere around there. Probably before Fran goes live. But yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. All right, well, since there's only one person or zero people in here now, I guess I'll just go ahead and get to what I was going to talk about today. So we got September 23rd, guys. September 23rd is the big day. I don't know if you've heard, but if you have not been living under a rock, you probably heard that the world is coming to an end, or at least starting to come to an end on September 23rd. My feed is totally flooded with it. The rumor has it that September 23rd is the day that the rapture happens, and everybody, everybody, all the believers will be raptured, and then the rest of the people who are wretched sinners will be left behind and face judgment, God's judgment for 7 years. Now, this is in no way mocking anything. I'm just saying that that's what's going to go down on the 23rd. So, I'm a little nervous, guys. Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. I personally don't believe that the end of the world is going to happen, or at least start to happen tomorrow. I think we're pretty much good. But who am I? I don't know. I'm just a puppet. I guess I have been under a rock. All right. I guess it probably depends on what you're looking at in your feed, I guess. Yeah, but if you type in September 23rd, you'll get all these like rapture confirmations and all this crazy stuff. I mean, it's like really, really. I mean, within that community, it's viral. Basically, it's like everywhere. So if you watched a couple videos about it, then you're probably whole feed's probably going to blow up like mine, and that's what's been happening today. So, but I personally don't believe that it's going to happen because there has been a lot of people that have predicted the dates, whether it be the rapture or whether it be the end of the world, and they predicted these dates, and they've all failed. They've never, we're still here. So, um, I miss my dad so much. He is up in heaven. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, I'm glad that that's the way you look at it. I'm not sure what to say on that, but yeah, we're sorry that you lost your dad. Nobody knows. Doesn't matter either way. Yeah, that's what I say. I say nobody knows because that's what the actual Bible says, that nobody knows. But it is interesting. Yeah, so it's interesting that people think they know. I guess they got all these calculations and stuff, and they think that I guess Rosh Hashanah starts tonight or something like that, ends in a couple days or something, and then yeah, and then let's see, it goes a couple days, and then that's supposed to be the last trumpet or something like that, because they blow a trumpet when they see the new moon. I think that's the way it works. And then somehow the numbers like match up exactly right or something like that to for a 7 year tribulation. So I don't know. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because I'm not an expert on the subject. But yeah, they are definitely predicting that, and that's crazy because it's tomorrow. So, with that being said, I wanted to read some of these people that predicted the end of the world and that just didn't make the cut. So, 10 failed doomsday predictions is what we're going to discuss today to the three people in here. I might just make this one private, guys. All right, so we got. Let's see who we got here. All right, we got in 2012 we had the Maya apocalypse. That's interesting. CZ. If so, I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the whole Mayan thing that was in December 21, 2012 marked the end of the first great cycle of the Mayan long count calendar, and many interpreted this as meant to be an absolute end of the calendar, which will be the end of the world. So, as we all know, the world did not come to an end in 2012. So, the next one we got here is Harold Camping. Are we going to play that game? Come on now. All right, yeah, Harold Camping, he predicted the end of the world. It says among the most prolific modern predictors of end times, Harold Camping has publicly predicted the end of the world as many as 12 times based on his interpretation of biblical numerology. In 1992, he published a book ominously titled 1994, which predicted the end of the world sometime around that year, but his most high profile prediction was for May 21st, 2011. So that's another one that, I mean, we're still here. It's not, we're way past 2011. So, but I remember that. They were putting up signs and all kinds of stuff, and we're still here. We got True Wei, it's number 8. True Wei is a Taiwanese religious leader. Hong Ming Chen established Chen Tao, or True Wei, a religious movement that blended the elements of Christianity, Buddhism, UFO conspiracy theories, and Taiwanese folk religion. Wow, that's a lot. He preached that God would appear in the U.S. on television channel 18 on March 25th, 1988, to announce that he would descend to Earth following a week in physical form. Identical, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds pretty out there, guys. Oh, yeah. Dashing Maverick in the house with the 500 JRD coins. Thank you very much, Dashing Maverick. How's it going? Yeah, we're talking about September 23rd. Looks like that's the start of the end of the world tomorrow. And I'm reading some of these. Since I personally don't believe that, I can't say that one way or the other it will or will not. But I just don't think so. That we'll be seeing the tribulation start tomorrow. So, but that's just me. I don't know. Who knows? All right, and then we got the next one is the Halley's Comet Panic. All right. Halley's Comet passed by Earth approximately every 76 years. But the nearness of its approach was in 1910 created fear that it would destroy the planet either by celestial collision or through a poisonous gases it was rumored to contain. Highly doubtful, says Maverick. Yeah, I'm thinking highly doubtful too. But yeah, Mav, if you turn on, if you look at one like video about September 23rd on YouTube, your feed will be flooded with all these people with confirmations, quote unquote. So that's what got me started on this. Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm mocking anything. I'm just saying that nobody knows. It says it right there if you read it. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. What do? We did the Halley's Comet. Now we're Millerism. I don't think I've ever heard of Millerism. Religious leader William Miller began preaching in 1831 at the end of the world as we know it. That the end of the world as we know it would occur with the second coming in 1843. He attracted as many as 100,000 followers who believed they would be carried off to heaven when the date arrived in 1843. It failed to materialize, obviously, and determined that the world would actually end in 1844. And then Henry Emerus wrote, I waited all Tuesday, and dear Jesus did not come. I lay prostrate for 2 days without pain, sick with disappointment. Yeah, see, that's what happens. A bunch of people, even in 1800s, they were making this stuff go viral. They would say Jesus is going to come, and then we're all going to get raptured, and that's it. And then, then everything, the end of the world begins, basically. And then all these people, they believe it, they buy into it. It goes viral, even in 1800s. And then people like get their white robes on, and they go out to the mountain, and they wait there, and then nothing happens. And then they probably sold their possessions and all kinds of stuff, And that's one thing that is definitely wrong about the whole thing. That's why you shouldn't be predicting dates, because you don't know. Because if you did, if any of these people did know, we wouldn't be here right now. At least not in this form. So, let's see. We did Millerism. Joanna Southcott. Are there any YouTube videos from those 1800s predictions? Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of those yet. I guess the big one right now is the prophet Joseph, whoever that is. He just came out of nowhere, and now everybody is sharing him because he did some kind of video with the Scent twins, and now it's just all over the place. It could just be my feed, possible, because I have been watching a couple things about it, and then now my feed is full. So maybe not everybody knows about it, but certainly it's definitely, if you look for that kind of stuff, your feed will be flooded with this stuff. Trust me, I'm Jewish. Fatima, hi guys, what's up? We're on Joanna Southcutt now. Let's see what she's about. Beginning when she was just 42-year-old, Joanna Southcott reported hearing voices, predicted future events, including crop failures and famines in 1799 and 1800. It was big back then, wasn't it? She began publishing her own books and eventually developed a following, as many as 100,000 believers. In 1813, she announced that the following year she would give birth to the second Messiah. Whoa! Red flag! Yeah. Okay, so definitely a red flag right there. So we're just gonna move on to the next one. Doof. Yeah. The Prophet Hen of Leeds. This should be interesting. It's got a chicken on it. All right. In 1806, a domesticated hen in Leeds, England, appeared to lay eggs inscribed with the message Christ is coming. Great numbers of people reportedly visited the hen and began to despair of the coming judgment day. It was soon discovered, however, that the eggs were not, in fact, prophetic messages, but the work of their owner, who had been writing on the eggs a corrosive ink and inserting them into the poor hen's body. Oh my gosh! That is a crazy story. I didn't even know that was what I was going to read. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is kind of disgusting. I have to put a disclaimer on this. All right. What's up? People popping in? I think I can be ninja. I want to be a ninja. Oh yeah. What's up, Paisley? How you doing? Yeah, we're just talking about the people who have predicted the end of the world, and we're on. This is number 3. We're going from 10 to 3. So this is number 3. Because the Bible calls 666 the number of the beast, many Christians in 17th century Europe feared the end of the world in the year 1666. That makes sense. People get weird about that kind of stuff. The Great Fire of London, which lasted from September 2 to September 5 of that year, destroyed much of the city, including 87 parish churches, about 13,000 houses. Many saw it as a fulfillment of the end of the world prophecy, given such a large amount of property damage. Though the death toll of the fire was remarkably low, reportedly only 10 people. Not quite the end of the world. Yeah, that's not quite the end of the world right there. People just get it in their heads, I guess, and they just can't let go of stuff, you know? They just got to think, this is it. This is it. We're done for. You know? All right, so we got the Great Flood. What is this? Johannes Stoffler, a respected German mathematician and astrologer, predicted that a great flood would cover the world on February 25th. Even though the Bible says that he's done flooding the earth. So, I don't know why people can't read. All right. When all the known planets would be in alignment under Pisces, a water sign, hundreds of pamphlets announcing the coming flood were issued and set in motion. General panic. Count von Egeling, I can't even read that. A German nobleman went so far as to build a 3-story ark. Though there was a light rain that day of predicted flood, no actual flooding materialized. Yeah. Why is FW Primal Instinct? Oh no. Yeah, you can. I'm not sure what's going on there. If you want to get rid of that guy, go for it. Alright, so we got The Great Flood. Okay, now we're down to 1. LOL, Roy. Don't know why people can't read. Yeah, I can't even read that. Well, I am not the best reader, you know. Sometimes I get into my little mode here and I can't read the chat and everything. But people definitely can't read what they're supposed to be reading, obviously, if they're like believing stuff like this. All right, Montaism. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Obviously, I don't deep dive into this stuff, so I'm not sure. A second series, schismatic movement of Christianity began in Phrygia, modern Turkey. Man, I picked a good one. A good subject today, didn't I? All right. Based on the visions of Montanus, who claimed to speak under the influence of the Spirit, Montanus believed that the second coming of Christ to be imminent. Many Christians' communities were almost abandoned when believers left their home and migrated to a plain between two villages of Pepuza and Timonia in Phrygia, where Montanus claimed the heavenly Jerusalem will descend to earth. All right. Yeah, I definitely had trouble with that last one. Excuse me. Yeah. So, that's it, guys. Those are the 10 uh, people or situations that happened where people predicted the end of the world and then nothing happened. My advice is if you just want to go read your Bible, it's right there. Just get that big old dust rag and, get some of that dust off of it and open it up. Start with the Gospels, maybe some Psalms, and just read the thing. And maybe you'll know when people like start saying a bunch of stuff that it's definitely not 100%, guys. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So, about that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go out pretty soon and check out see if the lizard's still under the dishwasher. So we did have a lizard get in here. For sure. Yeah. LOL. Big words. Yeah, the big words there where they were really stumbling me up. My favorite ones are people that predict the end of the world and they're like on YouTube and they go they scare you. They're channeled specifically to try to scare you, and they're like, the end of the world is in 4 days. The end of the world is in 3 days, and they're like counting it down. And then of course at the end of every like live stream, they'll be like, "Don't forget to like and subscribe." Yeah, well, if it's like the end of the world's in 3 days, what does it matter? Anyway, good luck with the lizard. Yep. I'll probably. I don't know. Today wasn't a very good turnout, was it? It was almost pointless. Maybe it's because they got raptured and I'm left behind and the tribulation started and I'm screwed, man. Oh well. All right. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and go and let you guys go. I'm going to go check out that lizard. I want to thank all the 4 people that did watch and a couple people that popped in. You guys are awesome. We will see you guys later.